Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Wim Liu. I'm joined by co-host Alex Wong. You're listening to the Hello and Welcome podcast presented by Betway. It's officially May, which means it's officially Asian Heritage Month. What does that change for us, Alex? Are we going to get more Asian on this show?
Hey, buddy. Yeah, you didn't even know it was Asian Heritage Month until I told you right before we went on air, man. How Asian are you, actually?
May 1st means I got to pay rent, so I think it's a good reminder all around.
Oh, okay. The struggle continues.
AAPI Heritage Month.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to the Pacific Islanders out there.
Name your top Pacific Islander right now.
Pablo Torre? No, he's...
What?
I don't know, man.
I thought you were going to say Bobby Webster, man. Come
Oh,
on, man.
right.
That's my favorite PI, man.
Yeah, I didn't know we're doing another pod this week, but happy to be here. You know, the playoffs continue to get more exciting. Turns out as the series gets deeper, it gets more exciting. So, yeah. 5 and 6 are better than 3 and 4, man. Yeah.
Well, I look forward to you just logging. Can you log just NBA games individually on Letterboxd?
You know what? That's a great app idea, though.
Yes, right?
Like you do 82 post-game shows, and you should be able to, 5-star all the games. Like rate all the games.
I think this is an idea for next year. But
That's
I do think
a great idea.
in general for basketball fans, a letterbox, but for specific games. So, you could be like Lakers, Timberwolves, game 4, which I thought was the most cinematic game of that entire series. You should be able to log that, and then you should look back on it and be like, yo, this is one of my favorite games ever, in the playoffs.
This is a great idea, man. This is the best idea you've had since when you were at Sportsnet and you compared each Raptors player to a poker hand. and everyone behind the scenes was like, yo, Will, you're a genius.
Honestly...
that was me
really
at my meeting the following week.
That was really just, we need to burn an hour no matter what.
Yeah,
and,
it was loved. It was loved universally at the Rogers Building.
I think we gave Precious pocket jacks or something. I think.
Oh,
in
come
looking
on,
back,
man! That's giving
Precious.
DeAndre Bembry an A+ in Tampa, man. What are we doing?
He was great at cutting.
Also, did you hand out one single grade below, C+ yesterday?
Yeah, I think IQ got the lowest grade at C.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice
Were you listening with real hoop hours with Samson Wong?
What? No, I was at Hot Docs. Everyone should check out this Hot Docs film called The Track, which is about three kids in Bosnia who were trying to make the Olympic luge team in 2022. It's by our friend Ryan Sidhu.
Oh, okay, great director.
Yeah, it's getting a lot of buzz actually. It's getting a lot of critical buzz.
Okay.
So I'm sure it'll expand to more theaters. So, but everybody should look that up. Yeah.
I've seen it on your letterbox.com/Stephen LeBron. And,
yeah.
It did get a 5-star rating from you and a like. What does the like mean?
I like them when I don't review. So I try to not review docs
gotcha.
or friends, when friends make stuff. Also, if you're my friend and you make a doc, it's getting 5 stars, bro. Not to shatter the illusion of the rating system, but it is a 5-star movie though in this case. Yeah.
How can people trust that, man?
For
There's no accountability here.
For comparison, We the North was also granted 5 stars. So
That was granted 5 stars, man.
we'll leave it at that. Ran into Vinay this week. Shouts to Vinay.
Ooh, Big V.
Yeah. Nope, that's the other one.
That's tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. See y'all at Swagat. Oh, just doxed myself.
Wow, you don't know when we're gonna be there.
Yep, probably around noon.
Why, man?
So, okay, playoffs, man. Playoffs. Yep. What's good, man? What do you want to talk about today?
Okay, so as we actually were not originally planning to do this episode, but we have been attached to the idea of making Bill Simmons' blame pies, and we have to this would be trademark for Bill. We are clearly borrowing the idea.
We're not borrowing nothing. Bill mentions the blame pie, but he's never taken the step of actually creating these pies.
Okay.
All right. You know what I mean? Yeah,
right. He's the pod father, not the pie father.
Yeah. He made it a hot line. We made it a hot verse, man.
Ooh.
So, that's all I'm saying, man.
So for people who weren't here, we did make a blame pie for the first time ever. With the Memphis Grizzlies when they got eliminated. I believe who got the majority of that blame pie? I think it was Ja.
Zach Kleiman received some of the blame as well.
Yeah.
CCYA, which has seen rebranded now as ARC. Congrats to the CCYA team.
Hey, man.
Got some blame there as well. Yeah, but it was players, GM, and then some fun ones as well.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
For people that are watching, you can see the blame pie right here.
There you go. And the whole idea, especially for people who are listening on the audio experience through just like the regular podcast, is just it's a pie chart, and it has percentages of who should be to blame for the whole situation at large. Today, we're really here just to make 2 blame pies. One for the LA Lakers, who were eliminated last night, and then another one out east for the Milwaukee Bucks, who were also eliminated in 5 games. I guess before we'll start with the Lakers, but I'll just ask you, which one was actually more painful of an elimination? Because I couldn't decide, man. I was cringing through the entire game watching it last night.
That's not even close, man. Milwaukee blew a 7-point lead in under a minute in overtime, and Gary Trent Jr. had the ball go between his legs with like 7 seconds left. And then, of course, we had the extracurriculars with Giannis and John Haliburton.
Yo, John Haliburton?
Not John!
What the Hallie? What the John Haliburton?
With John Haliburton, who everyone has seen, ran onto the court to confront Giannis. And then Giannis went, head to head with him and then said some stuff.
Yeah.
And then grabbed Benedict Matherin's head like it was a pineapple.
Yo, he completely cupped his head. Like he was just like, and he just gripped it.
Yeah, so John Haliburton did issue like a Twitter apology.
Man, I don't care about John Haliburton.
And then he did a TV
I care about John Hollinger more than I care about John Haliburton.
He did a TV interview yesterday too, and it actually
what?
Giannis actually gave a great answer post game
Okay.
about how just, when you win, he was taught by his parents like you're meant to be humble. And he also slid in the fact that, listen, like I've won a championship, these guys haven't. So
that's not humble. You can't just slide in. I've won a championship and say I'm humble.
Giannis, Giannis was kind of on that corny wave for like the last couple of years, but he's back. He's cool again. Giannis is cool again, and mostly because he's an amazing basketball player. And there was some part like you felt bad for him because Dame was out and he was fighting for his life in Game 5, but like he did everything that he possibly could to even drag this to a Game 6. And, much respects to Giannis, man. I'll see you soon. I'll see you soon here in Toronto, bro.
Oh, Giannis, listen, if you are looking for a change of workplace because your current one is trying to serve you Kyle Kuzma, which will be featuring quite prominently
with
in
a
this
side of
pie.
Kevin Porter Jr.
If you are living and dying with Kevin Porter Jr., let Uncle Masai know Masai is going to take care of you here in Toronto.
Yo,
you will
Giannis, man.
You will lack for nothing.
We'll go to Pap Station. Is that how you pronounce it?
Oh
Greek
yeah,
Town.
we're going to Greek Town. Yeah,
Toronto Life cover feature next year. Let's do it, bro.
Oh man, not another story for Alex Wong.
another
bag for
Thanasis, Alex, the other Alex, Costas.
Oh yeah. Come on, man. Does Thanasis need a co-host? Like we're here, man.
Legit.
We'll
if
do
Giannis
everything
comes
for
here,
you.
If Giannis comes here, it's gonna be Hello's gonna collab with Thanasis.
What's Thanalysis?
Thanalysis.
That's the show's title. Thanalysis.
I know, but I can't stop laughing. Oh my god. Anyways.
We'll do everything humanly possible to make him welcome. But it is that time. So we are going to make 2 blame pies. We're going to start obviously out west with the Lakers, who were limited last night. They lose 103-96 against the Minnesota Timberwolves. They were trailing the entire game. They came out looking very frustrated. They played a very, very frustrated game of basketball. They briefly took the lead by like 1 or 2 points, and then Minnesota just like snatched it right back. Funniest part about all this is that it was Rudy Gobert of all people. This is probably Rudy Gobert's best game ever. This is Rudy Gobert's Apex Mountain, unfortunately. I had to steal another term. 27 points, 24 rebounds, 12 of 15 shooting, 9 offensive rebounds. The Lakers decided to go centerless with their change in starting lineup, which, surprise, surprise, was the same lineup that they played for the entire second half in Game 4, with Rui at the 5, LeBron at the 4, and I guess Dorian Finney-Smith, and et cetera, et cetera. Then the Lakers decided, you know what, we will play a center, and it was Maxi Kleber, who has not played basketball since January.
What's a Maxi Kleber doing at Crypto Arena, man?
Yo, it was crazy watching Maxi Kleber come in there. Obviously, none of that made any difference because the Timberwolves got everything they wanted at the basket. The Timberwolves had like a mini version of like the Rockets 0 for 27 from 3. They had like a 0 for 18 stretch from 3 until Mike Conley hit one.
They overall shot worse than the Rockets did in that infamous Game 7.
Right, but because Rudy Gobert was like a foot taller than everybody else in the whole building, the Timberwolves got 18 offensive rebounds and, managed to beat the Lakers. And the Lakers are now home and out in 5 games. Let's cook up this blame pie, Alex Wong. You have all the ingredients.
Yeah, Blame Pie. This is presented, not sponsored, but hopefully presented by North of Brooklyn in the near future, or any other pizza places, man.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah.
We open for business like Doug
Yeah,
Ford?
yeah. It's equality, man. It's Asian Heritage Month.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you want to contribute some of these ingredients first, and then I can tap in?
Okay. Let's go with the obvious candidates. Let's put in JJ Redick.
Yep.
Who did not cover himself in glory. Actually, I'm actually happy with the blame pie as is.
JJ Redick, a.k.a. gentrification. Yeah.
This is like a cheese pizza, man. The whole thing is JJ.
This guy crashed out.
I'm going to put in, obviously, LeBron James. I'm going to put in Luka Doncic.
Yeah, out of shape.
I'm going to put in Maxi Kleber.
This is so unfair, but yeah.
Maxi Kleber, you're getting a little tiny slice, man.
He can be the crust, yeah.
He's like the sesame on the crust of the.
Oh my god.
Who else are we putting on this list? I guess Rob Pelinka has come on this list.
Oh man, not Rob Pelinka in his $4,000 leather jacket.
Jackson Hayes. You getting a little slice of this?
We throwing Jackson Hayes in here? Okay.
There's an X, JAXSON. Yeah, he's got a strange Jackson spelling, I feel like.
Yeah.
There is, who else am I gonna put on?
Let me know when you're done, because I've got a bunch.
Okay. Darvin Ham. Let's put Darvin Ham on this list. Give me a little ham on this list.
A little ham, a little pineapple.
Ooh, man, we making a Hawaiian pizza. Happy API month.
Oh my god! Someone call Eric Smith. Oh man.
Jambon.
Yeah. All right, here. Sham Sharania. I'll explain.
What?
I'll explain. Mind the Game podcast.
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%.
Stephen Yun.
Okay.
And Shannon Sharp.
Oh, Shannon Sharp, yeah.
Yeah. So those are and also ESPN basketball columnists as a whole. Yeah.
But didn't the two of us both pick the Lakers to win the series?
Yeah, that's beside the point. We're the ones making the pie, bro.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Cool. True.
Yeah, definitely do not watch the Scores Unfiltered show where I picked the Lakers to go to the finals. Yeah.
It's fine, man. They went to the finals of the first round. We have some suggestions here from our live chat. Appreciate this. We also need to add Mark Williams.
Too many chefs in the kitchen when you go to
No. But Mark Williams is you got to put Mark Williams on here because he put himself in this list. And
that's enough ingredients. You want one more?
Let's put it.
Hey, how do we miss Austin Reaves, man? This man was trash.
Let's put in Austin Reaves.
Yo, that was a tough series for white boys. Yeah, Lakers was.
Well, I guess Maxi
Redick.
Kleber did make a last second addition. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Okay, let's start with Big JJ here.
Does Nico Harrison not get any blame in this? Or
I forgot to put Nico. I have Nico. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have Nico here. So let's start with JJ. Famously played his 5 guys for the entire second half in Game 4, and then was asked about it pre-game in Game 5, and got real sensitive about it and stormed off.
He was snippy. He was a snippy man.
I guess he declared he wasn't playing Jackson Hayes pre-game.
Why would you just declare that? There's no need to actually say that out loud. It's not a tactical advantage.
Yeah, and just stuck to his guns. And as Rudy Gobert was going off, he just refused to put in any sort of size in there, and just stuck to it. And yeah, those to me were the biggest flaws in the series for JJ.
So we're gonna put aside how snippy he was, and just like, because I thought at first I was like, okay, maybe someone hit at him, and he was like, okay, I'm just gonna try my best to like defend myself here. I thought someone was coming at him, But then I listened to the question. The question was basically just like, are you going to pay closer attention to the minutes rotation? Because as everyone heard about, they had only played 5 guys in the entire second half of Game 4. That was the first time that's ever been done. Like, when you break a minutes record that even Tibbs, that even Nick Nurse were not able to hit, like, you know you're hitting new heights, right? So I think it's more than fair for a question to be asked on that lines. And then he turned that into, oh, you think I'm inexperienced and I don't talk to my assistant coaches? I talk to them every day, man. Screw you. And I'm just like, you're just so immature. Like, as the face, when you're the head coach, you are the voice of the team. You are somebody who has to go to the media all the time. And look, I'm not saying that there's not a time to like shoot back or whatever. That's not a time. Like, no one's trying to hear that when you're down 3-1 and you mismanaged Game 4, and then you're just like, oh, me? You're calling me inexperienced? Like, no. You're just like picking a fight because you're on edge, because this is the first time you're in this situation. You thought it was gonna be sweet all season. Everybody was like, oh, blame Ham FC, blame Darvin Ham, the hands in the pockets. Guess what? You guys are both out 4-1 in the playoffs. You know what I mean? And you went out with Luka. So, no, I mean, I think with JJ, beyond the sort of PR disaster that was yesterday, you just have to look at the fourth quarters in the 4 games that they lost in this series, right? Last night, they lose 22-16 in the fourth quarter. The game before that, they lose 32-19 in the fourth quarter. In Game 3, they lose 30-20 in the fourth quarter. And then in the first loss, which honestly at this point was a blowout, but still in the fourth quarter, they lose 23-17. So in all 4 series, the Timberwolves were able to just wash the Lakers in the fourth quarter. Honestly, largely because of the fact that the Lakers were not able to find any adjustments to what the Timberwolves were throwing at them, right? Obviously, the Timberwolves had the advantage in size. Everyone could, I guess you could tell that coming into the series. But there was not a way to sort of like accommodate for the size. Sometimes you counter for size by putting a lot of shooting on the floor, playing small. The Lakers largely try to do that. That works to some degree. But then last night, what you saw was Rudy Gobert just literally, like, he looked like Shaq out there, which was crazy. Even Shaq himself, who's an infamous Rudy Gobert hater, is also like, you know what? Honestly, Rudy looked great. I can't believe I'm saying this. And he made no adjustments. There were no centers. And then eventually, when there is a center, it's Maxi Kleber. Like, man. No, honestly, I'm giving JJ like 40% of this pie, man.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. Let's drop a 40 ball on JJ. By the way, there's only 2 players in NBA history with 25 plus points, 20 plus rebounds, and 75% or higher percentage field goal in an elimination game in NBA history. And those 2 are Rudy Gobert and Wilt Chamberlain. So,
wow. Is there any record that Wilt didn't take?
Honestly, watching last night and how Rudy was just so much bigger than everybody, grabbing every rebound, I'm finally convinced that Wilt definitely dropped 100 points at one point. Like, wow. This was what it was like for Wilt, I think. Like, he was just bigger and stronger than everybody. So, yeah, case closed on that. Wilt definitely scored 100 points. So 40% for JJ. And now on to my king, LeBron James here.
Ooh.
LeBron did not have a great fourth quarter in the last 2 games here. Just, it's weird. You know that it's coming because he's age 40, and you're so used to LeBron just, going downhill when he wants, getting to the basket, drawing fouls when things are desperate. And this was a LeBron who I thought just didn't have that, right? Like, he
zero
was
takeover ability, man.
Settling for jumpers, short on fadeaways, things like that. I thought he was still really good at times on defense, but you can just see it's not. He's just a different phase in his life, in his career, and it's really tough to see because he's still a great player, but seeing him come down from that level is kind of crazy.
Does LeBron struggling at 40 hit different for you?
No, I'm good, man. I think, hoping it's May 1st. Therapist.
Just checking it.
I heard, our therapist should be back soon, so. Hoping there's something in the Gmail today. Looking to sign up for 7 days next week.
Leave some for me, man.
Can I get a 6-pack like hot docs? Like,
man, yeah. Can I buy therapy in bulk?
Yo, I'm gonna do a 6-pack with my therapist.
Yo, do a blame pie before.
Oh my god,
with your
bro.
therapist.
Yo, it's like, what's
Mom,
Jerome? What's 50%,
Jerome
doing in this chat? Oh my God. Yeah,
Drums in the
but
background, like yeah.
but LeBron, man. So I wouldn't put that much blame on LeBron, but I'm curious what you think.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I think the LeBron being 40 thing is actually like it cuts both ways. Like it's good for him either way. It's a win-win for him because when he wins and he's very impressive, it's like, oh, look at LeBron. You're like when he's 40 doing this, that's amazing. And then when he loses, it's like, but he's 40. So so you know what I mean. It's like it's a shield and a sword for him at the same time. I do think for LeBron, like the purpose of the Luka trade was to sort of bring him in, and he's a number one guy. So for the first time in his career, the wins and losses do not necessarily come down to LeBron. Now, of course, LeBron's a significant contributor. He still needs to sort of give what he can. But I didn't really feel like there were that many errors that were like solely on LeBron down the stretch of these games. So I agree with you. Like the Buck doesn't really stop with LeBron for the first time in his career. I love the interactions of the Anthony Edwards waiting to hug Bronny. I was like, oh yeah, Bronny's here too. Like this Lakers whole situation is so weird.
LeBron just wakes up today and has breakfast with Bronny while they watch First Take.
Do you think him and Bronny are making a blame pie? They're like, oh man, Rui
my
did
God.
make that rotation there.
Rui was amazing last night, man. Shouts to Asian Heritage Month.
I was gonna say Rui literally is nowhere near this pie, man. Rui was incredible. I will give LeBron like. I mean, what was the failure for LeBron? The fact that he kind of got outplayed by Julius Randle in this series?
Sure.
Is that like unreasonable to say that he got outplayed by Julius, or
No,
that he got played to an even by Julius?
I think you could say that Randle and Ant were better than Luka and LeBron in this series.
Right.
Like, I don't think that's an argument right there. And Randle was huge for them. Like
Yeah.
I think like 20 plus points every game. That little one-legged fadeaway that he's like
Yo,
perfected now.
Man,
I've never seen so much body mass fade away.
yo, that is a big fadeaway.
Slide away. But
Oof.
yeah, I'm not putting that much on LeBron, man. I honestly would throw like maybe 5% on this. I didn't come away from this series being like LeBron lost them this series.
No, I don't think so. I feel like 5 is probably the max that I will go as well. Although there were certainly some snippy LeBron moments in the post game.
Oh,
You know,
because he was asked like if the team needs a center, and he's like, "Oh, AD said something," and he was traded the week after. Yeah.
And I'm just like, LeBron, you can't act like you're not also partially in control here, man. Like,
I also love the Lakers fans being like, "Man, could this be potentially LeBron's last game ever?" Like we all know LeBron's doing a farewell tour.
oh
Like,
yeah,
like it's gonna
for
be
sure.
it's gonna be a whole publicity thing. So
Yeah.
if he is retiring, we're gonna get a heads up.
LeBron averaged 25 a game in this series.
Wow, I'm surprised. Yeah, it didn't feel like
49% shooting, 36% from 3, got to the free throw line 8 times a game, knocked down 78% of those, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Like it's actually like a really impressive stat line across the board. My only thing is none of that happened in the fourth quarters.
No, he was.
That's the only thing.
He was. I don't think he got to the free throw line once in the fourth quarter of the last 2 games of this series. But yeah, let's go with 5% for LeBron. I don't think
Okay.
he's the main problem here.
Put 5%. Yeah,
I just want to add in here. Do we consider it all JJ Redick being the coach probably a lot because of LeBron as JJ?
Yeah,
being
mind
a
the
40%?
Mind the game podcast.
That's where we're
is
gonna
coming.
get that. Okay,
Mind the
but
game
we're gonna
podcast.
get.
The
This is
producers.
strictly LeBron, the player on the court. He's getting 5%.
Yeah,
All right.
sure. Let's get 5% of LeBron.
And by the way, congrats to Jerome being the only person who picked the Wolves.
Oh, absolutely.
I think it was him and Tim Bontemps.
Put Jerome on this list too. Okay, introduce Luka Doncic and what he did because I gotta let my cat out of my room. Hold on one sec.
Oh, okay, cool. Really put me in a
Hey,
in
man.
a bind here. You know.
Do you want to play your cricket sound while we just wait?
Oh yeah, I played it, but it didn't play. I'm freaking out.
Oh gosh,
There we go.
there it is.
Hey man, how's it
hey,
going,
man.
man?
Oh,
Oh,
it's
oh my God! Thank God.
Why can't you just hold it down for 10 seconds?
No, man. I'm a sidekick, man.
What are you talking about?
Yo, that's crazy. This guy turned into LeBron in the fourth quarter, man.
No, bro.
Oh, no.
I froze. I became Ben Simmons, man.
You actually did freeze.
Asian Ben Simmons.
All right, Luka
Okay,
Doncic.
Luka Doncic. I'm curious because we put LeBron at 5%. I'm curious what is the percentage for Luka here and your thoughts on him.
Okay. I think we can acknowledge a couple of things. Number one, the standards for Luka are higher than pretty much anybody in the league. Like top 5 highest standards. You know what I mean? Like Luka if you look at the stats, obviously he led the team in scoring, 30.2 a game. He shot 45% from the field, shot 35% from three, got to the free throw line a ton at 9.2 a game, shot 89% from there, rebounded at 7 per game, 6 assists per game in the series, played 41 minutes. It was the team high. Like, obviously that's pretty good for most of players in the NBA, but Luka set this bar a little too high for himself, and quite frankly, all the talk coming into the entire trade was Luka got traded, and Luka got 0% of the blame pie for the trade, right? Everybody was like, this is Nico Harrison's fault. This is maybe even LeBron's fault for snaking out AD or whatever. There could be a whole bunch of factors, but none of the fault fell on Luka. And I feel like even at that time, I was just like, look, I don't think it was a good trade. I don't think it was the right trade. I think you probably could have gotten way more for the trade. But ultimately, Luka should wear some responsibility. No player of his talent should ever be traded fully under contract at the age of, what is he, 25, 26? Mm-hmm. Nobody would trade Shea, for example, right now. Nobody would trade Ant right now. Nobody would even trade Jokic right now, even though Jokic is older. You know what I mean? Those guys at this level, Wemby's not going to get traded. Those guys are just simply too talented for anybody to let them go. And of course, there was a little bit of obviously Nico wears the majority of the blame for that trade, but I think to whatever extent Luka deserved blame for the trade was that Luka had the same problem last year in the finals. Now, of course, Luka got them to the finals, including getting them over this exact Minnesota Timberwolves team all along the way, but the same problems cropped up. Luka's, I think, physicality, his defense, just it was so sad watching it, man. It didn't even matter. Minnesota, some of the guys are quite frankly, the next round, Jaden McDaniel's not going to be as effective offensively. And the reason for that is because he's not going to be guarded by Luka anymore. And they're not going to be able to hunt just one guy over and over again, because that's what the whole offense was the entire time for Minnesota, was just find Luka, whether that's with Julius Randle, whether that's with Ant, whether that's with whoever, and we'll just go at him. It got to the point where JJ Redick was this is how he got the majority of the blame pie here, because he was using Luka as the low man. Because you know why they were using him as a low man? Because they were like, well, if we put you anywhere else on the perimeter, you're getting blown by. So we have to play zone for you. We have to hide you in the back. And also in the back, it's fine. If you put him as a low man, well, your responsibility is to contest everything at the rim or to rebound the ball. And he's not really doing that either. So it's it became completely untenable. And even though he was contributing so much offensively, and quite frankly, a lot of brilliant moments, all that was negated by how bad he was defensively. And then I think on the other end, too, is just because Minnesota is so uniquely equipped with so many long defenders and so much physicality and so much rim protection, they were happy to switch everything and force Luka to beat them one-on-one on the perimeter. They weren't giving up lots of open drive kick, I guess the defense scrambling and then open threes. So Luka had to play a lot of one-on-one. And when I watched the series, I was like, Luka can't really get by these guys anymore. And when I watched the series, I'm like, Luka, you look way too old for a 26-year-old, man. Seriously, a player this talented.
Nico Harrison over here.
No, a player this talented, this great, you have a responsibility to the game. And I feel like Luka failed his responsibility to the game. I'm giving Luka a solid, honestly, 25%, maybe 30.
Let's give him 30. I think for me, it's just like you mentioned. You just saw the exact same things that people have been critical about Luka for in past playoff runs, especially last year in the finals. It's the defense, the effort is not there. I think the constant complaining too. It doesn't help. It doesn't help when you're not good on defense. Plus, for a lot of possessions, you're not even getting back when the Wolves are running the other way on fast breaks.
In that fourth quarter when he missed the layup and then he turned around and screamed at the referee, I'm like, dude, you just missed a layup against Dante DiVincenzo.
Right.
Get back on D, man.
And your season's on the line here. And at some point, being a top 5 player, being all of that, you have to take some of that blame and some of that just the responsibility. The body language out there is terrible. And listen, he played through an injury last night, and if you look at the numbers, like you said, were great, but he didn't pass the eye test in this series. So I'm with you on the 30%. The other guy that got shipped to LA with Luka was Maxi Kleber. I guess they got one of the Morris brothers too, the one that's not on KOC's podcast every week.
Oh well. Marcus Morris really had an instant rise to fame with like he's like on First Take, he's on KOC's
Dog,
pod.
I saw
Like,
Carlos Boozer yesterday on First Take being like, "Oh yeah, Giannis should go to the Lakers." I'm like, why are we getting our news from Carlos Boozer like Rashad McCants?
where's
What-
Ja?
Yo,
and
what-
I'm not talking Moran.
What happened to good old journalists, like my Howard Becks, man? Like, come on, man. But yeah, Maxi Kleber cleared to play yesterday. First time rocking a Lakers uniform.
Yo, I was gonna say that
Yo.
was killing me, man. I was like, wow, we can't be down this bad.
I know Sexy Beast tracking down that game worn.
Oh, that's a game worn.
Fourth quarter, why the fuck Kleber in?
Yo, he played 5 minutes.
Shoots bricks a corner three. Next possession, steps out of bounds in the corner.
Yeah.
Then I don't think we saw him ever again because then I think they put in 7 after.
Wow.
We'll get to 7. But yeah, Maxi Kleber is on here. Yeah, we don't. I don't think we need to talk much about him. But what percentage are you slapping down?
Let's give him. I'm gonna give him 2.09%.
Okay.
Because he played 2 minutes and 9 seconds in the
Oh,
fourth
I like
quarter
that.
yesterday.
I like that.
Yeah.
Real slick there.
Yeah. That's like the ultimate
yeah.
sign of desperation.
Yeah,
That's,
next
like,
up-
there's no way you should be
next-
playing, man.
Next up is pretty boy Rob Pelinka made the Luka
what?
trade.
I could name some GMs more handsome than Rob Pelinka, man. Let's be
Really?
real. Yeah, oh yeah.
Don't
Bob-
glaze and
Bobby
say
Webster-
Bobby.
Yo,
Don't
Bobby is
glaze, man.
way
no
more handsome than
way,
Rob
man.
Pelinka.
No, put this to a vote. Yeah.
There is no. Come on, that's not even close.
Yo, Rob Pelinka looks like Rob Lowe, bro.
Yeah, he looks like Rob Lowe if he was like gone through the dishwasher.
Not Timu Rob Lowe.
No, Bobby
No.
more handsome than Rob.
Get
Pelinka,
out of
dog.
here, man. You know what? You can do your Asian Heritage Month stuff. I'm sticking with Pelinka, man.
Really?
Yeah, that's my
Okay,
guy.
alright.
Why is Pelinka on this blame pie, man? Because he didn't get a center?
Yeah, I think that's pretty clear. Like once you have Luka and LeBron, and like it's not like you have like a super long term outlook. You know what I mean? Like your
Right.
your time frame is like right here, right now. Shouts to Oasis. So like you need to
Goodness.
get like this is like one of maybe 2, maybe 3 runs you hit with this group, and this is a wide open issue with the team. Now, granted, you don't expect the Luka trade to fall in your lap, but even the Luka trade that happened with like at least a week before the trade deadline. Or like in the week of the trade deadline, so it's not like it happened like last second and you had no other chances. You did have more chances to make a trade. They tried to make the trade, obviously, for Mark Williams. They canceled. I guess they declined it on the basis of the physical. That was the Lakers. Like the Lakers declined it, right? Like,
Well,
it
the
wasn't-
Lakers back. I think the story is basically the Lakers backed out because
Okay.
they just had buyer's remorse because they had given up those 2 first rounders,
Right.
and I think they realized that Mark Williams probably wasn't going to make that much of a difference, and you could probably save those assets for this summer and maybe go get something better. So, and he ended up with Alex Len, who I think played like 1 meaningful game and then was sent to the end of the bench. They didn't convert our guy Christian Coloco's contract, so he wasn't on the playoff roster. He would have been the other option.
Okay.
A guy
I
named
guess that's not really an option.
yeah,
Like,
a guy
other
named
options for
Trey
Chicago, man.
Jameson or whatever.
Oh, come on, man. Respect Trey Jameson.
And then, of course, Jackson Hayes
Yeah.
was played out of the rotation in this
Sure.
series. So, yeah, I'll give Pelinka. I mean, Pelinka can't take that much of the blame just because I know the Luka
He does
trade.
get Luka, man.
He
Yeah.
got Luka, and you can say that Nico like only met with him, at second cup coffee like 3 times and didn't talk to any other GMs, but he got Luka. He got Luka. He got to go lower than Kleber here. So you can name a percentage.
You gotta go lower than Cleaver? Why?
I don't think he should get more blame than Kleber.
I mean, the biggest center he picked up was Alex Len, which was so funny. When the bench pan, every time the bench pan over the Lakers bench, you're like, oh yeah, they actually do have a lot of centers. They have Jackson Hayes sitting there. They have
Yeah.
Alex Len. I guess Marcus Morris or Markieff Morris can play center.
Yeah. I'm not gonna
they
lie,
got Maxi
like
Kleber.
Finney Smith, and even the Rui trade, those were great. And
The
and
Rui trade, bro. The Rui trade was been made a while ago.
No,
man. we
but
can't
I'm
give him
saying-
that for this year.
But I'm saying though, like those were the guys that were on the floor,
And
he put together a decent enough roster.
Okay.
So I don't want to put too much blame on my guy Rob here.
fine. Let's give him like 4%. Let's give him
Fine,
5%
fine,
because
fine.
he didn't get a 5.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, 5 for
Um,
5.
Yeah, Jackson Hayes, we're just blaming him because he sucks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. In all fairness to JJ, like Jackson Hayes sucked like really badly in the playoffs. Now, granted, Like it's ultimately on the coach to sort of like integrate a player and everything like that. It's not like Jackson Hayes has a ton of playoff experience or any playoff moments, so it's not surprising that a young player would struggle, but he absolutely needed to be somewhat of a factor here, and I just feel like he just like was not ready for the moments at all. In the moments that he played, he's essentially benched twice. Like game 4, he was already benched by changing the starting lineup for the second half, and then game 5, they legitimately said before the game that he's not going to play, which is kind of nuts. Like I just feel like you shouldn't have to reveal that. You know what I mean? That's like tipping your like one of your cards in poker. Yeah. Even though like you don't need to.
JJ's like, I'm not gonna play my deuce 7.
Yeah, I'm gonna flash you the 7 and tell you, you know what, it's an ace in the other card.
Well,
like,
I just think it's funny that JJ said that and then just stuck to his guns. Like they just needed some size out there. Like why not just try it out when Rudy was just destroying you guys? Like every time you guys were trying to make a run, Rudy would just grab an offensive rebound and dunk it.
Right.
Like so yeah, Jackson Hayes. What percentage you want to give?
Well,
him?
I mean, I think JJ also said after the game, he's like, we couldn't score with the center out there.
Yeah, sure.
For the spacing purposes,
but
I
you
guess,
also have Luka and LeBron. Like you can figure that out.
I'm giving Jackson Hayes. I mean, also it's Jackson Hayes. That guy should be a backup center. 2%.
Okay, 2%. What's Darvin Ham? What's a Polar Bear doing in Arlington, Texas? Man?
No, the funniest thing is every time the Lakers lose, Darvin Ham's face pops up on the timeline, and it cracks me up. I didn't know there was such thing as Ham FC.
Oh my God! Yeah.
So for people who aren't like chronically online, people will just put FC like football club, but they'll use that as the supporter. So there was like Scotty FC, for example, in Toronto, right? So as a joke, I would suppose, because I don't think people are that invested in Darvin Ham, the previous head coach of the Lakers. But people started coming up with Ham FC because it was just kind of funny to counter whatever popular narrative that was going on with the Lakers. There was a lot of talk about like Darvin Ham with the hands in the pockets, everything like that. But, I would not say Darvin Ham was a great coach, but I think everyone gave JJ so much praise for what he did as a head coach this year that to see Darvin actually do better in his first year where he did take the Lakers as a 7th seed to the conference finals. I'm just giving Darvin Ham a little. He's just on here, man. He's just on here for vibes.
Okay, so 0.01.
Yeah, I just wanted him on the chart. You know what I mean? I want him on the legend of the chart.
Okay, I guess some of these are mine. I gotta explain myself.
Yeah, go ahead.
Shams Charania famously sat down with Anthony Davis earlier this season in an interview where AD famously said that they need a 5 because he doesn't want to play center. And I think that was the origin story of the Lakers got a little bit annoyed at him, and the Luka trade the discussions were already in motion. But I think that really kind of pushed, that was a sliding doors moment in that they were finally sick of AD, so they make this trade. And, by making this trade, they ramped up the expectations for this Lakers team, which otherwise wouldn't have existed. Because, like, with AD, they were a decent team, but I don't think anybody had expectations of the Lakers going far.
Wait, hold on. Do you think the Lakers would have won this series if they did make the Luka trade?
Ah, man. Yeah,
sorry,
damn.
Man. This is so disingenuous.
Okay, Nico FC.
Woo, Nico FC, we out here, man. Come on.
My God. Yeah, damn, bro. Yeah, damn. That's a good one. Anyways, I'm giving Shams 0.5% because he was part of making all of this happen and then raising expectations for the Lakers fan base and in turn creating the disappointment. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, Mind the Game.
That's harsh on Shams. That's very harsh.
Yeah, Mind the Game podcast. We know that LeBron and JJ launched this last season, and JJ famously also had his Old Man and the 3 podcasts. But Mind the Game was where people were like, "Oh wow, like JJ, great basketball mind, just kicking it with LeBron," and partially resulted in him being hired for the Lakers.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
do you think he gets hired without the pod?
I don't think so. I really think the pod gave him a really high profile just from a basketball X's and O's standpoint.
Okay.
Like I think and come on, like you sit with LeBron, you drink, You drink wine. You drink his Lobos. Like you talk ball for like
drink
10
his
hours.
Lobos is nuts.
He got LeBron coursing through his veins as he talks to LeBron.
Last night we just opened a bottle of Lobos and
No, but what
let the
other
wine
coach?
talk.
What other coach gets to audition in that way, right? Like
Oh,
you
yeah,
get
for sure,
all
for
this
sure.
time with LeBron, and you can't tell me that LeBron didn't come away with that being like, okay, like this might be the right guy. So all of that leads to JJ getting hired and JJ crashing out in this series. So we're gonna give that 1.5%.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I do think that, like JJ, I think, look, JJ is like a very smart guy. Like there's no doubt. I just do generally get the sense from JJ, whether it was listening to the pod or listening obviously to him this year as the head coach and everything like that. But like, I just feel like he has a desperate need to be the smartest guy in the room.
Yeah.
And not only JJ, but I feel like a lot of people, that's like their incentive to do a pod.
He represents a segment of people who do basketball content.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
he's very representative of that.
Which I mean, like whatever. Like it's like there's no morality involved in doing a podcast. Do it however you want. But I just don't feel like I don't feel like the intentions were entirely honest sometimes.
Yeah, no,
You know what I mean?
I'm completely with you. Someone's in the chat said "La wine and die."
That's pretty good. I like that.
Steven Yeun. What are Steven Yeun's most famous work? Burning, Walking Dead.
Walking Dead, Minari, Beef.
Yeah. Beef.
The show that he did with Ali Wong. Like
Beef. Right?
That's Beef.
There's like a birdie show.
Oh,
It's
yeah?
like that was like an animated show. Hold on.
Oh,
Animated.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys.
Invincible. Nope.
What's your point?
Yeah.
Yo, the crickets turning you into JJ's hilarious. Mr. Sensitive.
Nope, of course. Obviously, Nope. He was in Okja.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We
Wow,
ate
he was in
that.
Space Jam: A New Legacy.
What? He was?
Damn,
Like as
your
a
Asians
voice?
were getting any bad.
Anyway, Steven Yeun.
Tuca and Birdie, that's what it was. Yeah.
He an A-lister now because he scored courtside seats next to the Lakers bench yesterday.
Ooh. I mean, he been an A-lister. What do you mean, man?
Nah,
he's like a
you
top
think-
5 Asian in the world right now.
Man, I'm like Asian hating today on Asian Heritage Month.
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not part of Webster FC, bro.
Yo, I'm on Webster FC, baby.
Steven Yeun and the rest of the Lakers crowd, not loud enough for me last night. Was not cheering. Didn't feel the desperateness
Wow.
at crypto. So Steven Yeun gets 1%.
My favorite thing this playoffs is people complaining that they're not wearing the playoff shirts.
Oh yeah, I think Golden State's been the number
Yeah.
one. People are just like, oh, those tech bros are wearing their Allbirds but can't put on their shirts.
They're like, why do you have to wear your Patagonia jacket instead of
For the Golden State Warriors at their home games, because we watch it on League Pass, when you watch their in-game presentation, the in-arena hosts, one of their things is they just say, put on your shirts. They're just filming
they shame
people
you. They
trying
like
to put on
they
your
put
shirts.
you on the jumbotron.
Please
and
put
have
on your
everyone shame you.
shirts.
Yeah.
It's not even
shaming
shame.
is
They're just
crazy.
like it's just begging. They're like, hey, this is so fun. Go put on your shirts now. Look at you. You have your shirt on. That's so great. Oh, you look great in your shirt.
Also, the in-arena host reminds me of Andrew Fung, but whatever.
Oh God. I mean, what? Yeah, love Asians.
The Warriors won.
To be fair, like a yellow tee is tough, you know. Like,
Why?
You wear yellow tees?
I mean, no. But
God,
if I gotta-
I'm hating on everything yellow.
You
today.
hate on everything yellow. Is great.
Wait, but here's the counterpoint, Alex.
What about the yes sir?
Are you
shirt?
saying? I was gonna say, are you not gonna wear a yes sirs?
Oh yeah, if Will ever gets to it.
I mean, the request has been made. The request has been made.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Okay, so Steven Yeun gets 1%. Shannon Sharp, who's no longer a public figure.
He'll be back. He'll be back.
For months, he was parading the Lakers in 5.
I didn't realize this has gone back to like even when he was at like Fox.
FS1, yeah. I wasn't checking out FS1.
No, because someone made like a Lakers of 5 compilation, and I realized some of those were with Skip.
Oh, okay.
So this is like his thing.
right. So he's been saying, they were like, oh, OKC versus Lakers. He's like Lakers in 5.
Oh man,
with his little nursery
It would have been
rhymes.
OKC in 3 based
So
on how
he-
the Lakers played.
Well, you know what? I guess we'll never know. Still think Lakers would have gone past OKC, but We'll never know. But he was part of the problem of parading the expectations
For sure.
of this Lakers team. So he gets 1.11%.
No, he's getting 5%, bro.
Okay, give him 5%. Do we even have 5% left? Okay,
Yeah, we got
do.
5 for him.
Okay, and
we
then
can adjust some of the LeBron JJ ones because they do feel, or Luka JJ ones because they do feel a little overrepresented right now.
No, I don't mind that. Yeah,
Okay.
I think they should take majority of the blame.
Okay.
And then on the same wavelength here, 11 of 12 ESPN basketball columnists predicted the Lakers to win this series. Once again, we're ignoring the fact that we both picked the Lakers as well.
Well, I mean, Jerome picked the Timberwolves.
Jerome, congrats to Jerome
Thanks,
for
guys.
picking
It's going to be the one pick I
Timberwolves.
sit on because I think I'm wrong about almost everything else. But
Yeah, I'm going to have to go back and listen to our predictions episode when we did a stupid draft at the end of our logs. And Will found the loophole. He's like, I'll take Boston.
yeah, I
I'm
know.
locking Boston.
Oh wait,
over-
I think I actually
Orlando.
did lock in the Minnesota Timberwolves.
I
for my
feel like
lock.
you did log in the
Yeah,
Wolves.
yeah.
That's
So,
kinda fair. That's kind
so
of
Yeah.
I will check that and come up with standings points for us.
But I'm probably dead last because I keep on choosing the one that is not the favorite.
I've got the Clippers. Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
ESPN columnists, let's give them 2% here
Okay.
for once again brainwashing the masses, the lamestream media back at work.
Does that make you the lamestream media that like, got brainwashed into picking them?
Yeah, I'm crashing out today.
Oh, man.
Mark Williams. Why is Mark Williams on here? What did he do?
He posted an emoji.
Oh yeah.
And it's really just not about you, Mark Williams. Like,
Listen,
why are you
listen.
subtweeting the Lakers right now?
Do you think with Mark Williams they win this series? Let's
No,
be honest here.
man.
Let's be honest here.
No,
Yeah.
they don't win the series with Mark
So
Williams.
there we go.
It would have made. It would have helped. It would have helped for sure. But also no. I'm giving him 0.01.
Okay.
I just wanted him on this list, honorary.
Okay,
like
we
Darvingham.
might actually need to adjust because next up is Austin Reaves, and I feel like he deserves a bit of the blame here.
Okay, make the case for Austin Reeves' blame because I feel like he was the third option. Like,
Yeah,
you
Austin
know.
Reaves was.
Well, he missed a wide open corner 3 that could have sent it to overtime. in
Yeah,
game
wide
4.
open corner 3. I think he was 1 of 8 to start yesterday's game,
Yeah.
and just did not. As someone who was hyped as the best third banana, a term that was literally created for him in the regular season, because I've never heard third banana talk like this before.
Yeah.
He
Talking bananas is crazy.
he was underwhelming, and
He was
did not.
underwhelming.
The Lakers needed someone else to step up in this series, in the same way that you saw Julius Randle step up
Yeah.
for the Wolves, and Jaden McDaniels was really good on offense in this series. Like,
Right. He wasn't even the best third banana in the series.
no. Like, so I think Austin Reeves deserves. Who should we lower though? Maybe lower JJ to 30.
I feel like we should lower JJ to 30.
Let's lower
Yeah.
JJ to 30.
I came out hot on JJ and Luka.
And
I
then
claimed like
maybe-
70% of the pie for them.
Maybe we can give Reeves like 10% or something.
So Austin Reeves, who objectively had a great regular season, towards the end of the second half of the, like, basically after the trade deadline, like, he was awesome. Like, there were so many games that he was leading the team in scoring. Austin Reeves finished the season averaging 20.2 points per game. He got to the foul line 5 times a game, and he made 88% of those free throws. In this series against the Timberwolves, where the whistle changed because it was the playoffs, Austin Reeves averaged 16 points a game, and he only averaged 1.2 free throws a game.
Yeah, and
So it was like entirely free throw related. He shot the ball a little bit more poorly as well, which you would expect because with the tougher defense. But he basically went from like getting a ton of free throws to getting very little free throws, and that was the difference for his game.
Yeah. So, and I think with LeBron too taking more of an off-ball role and sidekick role, you saw Reeves with the ball a lot in
But he
this
kept
series.
losing it. Like, I feel like he got picked a lot too.
Yeah, he was just so underwhelming
Yeah,
in this series.
he was.
So
Yeah. And
actually,
no defense, of course, too.
we got 15%. Let's give Austin Reeves 15%.
Bro, he's a third banana, man.
No, but still though, like
Okay. Wow,
he
15.
like if he plays better, I think the series is still going on right now.
You're leaving nothing for Nico Harrison and Jerome Chang.
Well, I'm leaving nothing for Jerome. I don't know. Like, we're not blaming Jerome. Jerome's not part of the problem. Nico Harrison, of course, famously made the trade, created, again, part of the problem, created the expectations. Again, nobody was talking about Lakers making any kind of playoff run with AD.
No.
And now in retrospect, it looks, I guess a lot of us look stupid thinking that the Lakers could have made this run with Luka. The roster just was not good enough, but Nico created these expectations, and he will get 0.88%.
Just take Jerome off this list.
Yeah, Jerome is absolved from being part of this pie. Yeah.
Okay. Are we happy with this pie, guys? Let us know if you guys are happy with this Lakers blame pie. JJ Redick getting 30% of the fault here. You're getting LeBron James at 5%, which is strange because how is he getting less of the pie than Austin Reaves, who we have last second reshuffled the whole situation for. What did Luka get? I can't even see this. Hold on. It's too small.
Luka received. I can't see.
Yo, actually, I need to see. Yeah, let me just see the percentages on the side first. LeBron getting 5%, Luka getting 30% of the blame, Maxi Kleber getting 2.09% for the 2 minutes and 9 seconds he played in the fourth quarter. Rob Pelinka getting a solid 5 because he couldn't get a solid 5. Jackson Hayes getting 2. I don't actually know why he got 2, but it's fine. Darvin Ham was 0.01. Shouts to Ham FC. Sham Sharania is 0.5. Mind the Game podcast for whining and dining LeBron, 1.5. Stephen Yun, 1% for Asian Heritage Month. Shannon Sharp, 5% because Lakers in 5. ESPN columnist, 2. Mark Williams, 0.1 for an emoji. Austin Reaves, 15%. I feel like we might have to swap Austin Reaves and LeBron.
Nah, man. I walk away from this series more thinking that Reaves could have played better.
Wait, how is Jerome getting a negative percentage? Yeah.
I adjusted Mark Williams to 0.1, and so I would like Nico Harrison getting 0.88 puts it over 100. So I'm in the negatives now. We can adjust if we need to.
We're in the second salary. Put Darvin Ham at 0.001, and I think that should be fine. Yeah,
we got Darvin at 0.01. Yeah, okay, I think we're good. We figured it out.
All right, let us know because this is the Lakers blame pie, and we're in the mood right now to dish out blame. So we're gonna go out east as well because the Milwaukee Bucks also eliminated in 5 games. Look, this is not as disappointing as the Lakers one because I think no one really had real expectations for the Bucks. I think the three of us all picked the Pacers to advance. I think that we didn't anticipate, I guess, Dame tearing his Achilles, which makes the whole thing sadder than it ever needs to be. But at the same time, the Milwaukee Bucks, we are going to make your blame pie as well. Alex Wong, I believe you have all the ingredients right now, so why don't you toss on the ingredients?
By the way, special shout out to Gabe Vincent, avoided blame in the Lakers blame pie. So shouts to 7, man.
He just wasn't relevant, man. I just watched.
He missed that damn 3, man. He could have been Derek Fisher yesterday.
Yo, why was he shooting a contested 30-footer with 1 minute left?
Honestly, that was their best option, man. Luka's back was broken.
Oh yeah. Dante DiVincenzo low-key hacking Luka's back was kind of crazy too.
Oh my god. Okay, Bucks blame pie. Okay, I'll give you the ingredients. You tell me if I'm missing any here.
Okay.
Kyle Kuzma.
Oh yeah.
Big Kuz.
Yeah, 100% Kyle Kuzma. Bucks blame pie.
I mean, this is if we did a Heat blame pie, it would just be this, but Pat Riley.
Yeah, fair.
Kevin Porter Jr.
Oh yeah.
/ Karma. Thanasis. Yeah.
He's not even on the team anymore. He's just a fan.
Antetokounmpo.
This is like blaming Superfan if the Raptors got eliminated by LeBron.
Well, I wish we could do one for the Raps. I would definitely put Superfan on there.
No, man. About to hear from Rinku.
Doc FC. Doc Rivers.
Oh.
Yeah. Darvin Ham somehow making both pies today.
Ham FC, baby.
Yo, he really the ham of this pizza, man. You really can't have a pizza without some Darvin Ham. Gary Trent Jr., unfortunately.
Oh, man. Gary.
Yeah, unfortunate here. Yes, sirs, T-shirts.
Okay.
The Athletic Anonymous Player Survey.
Yeah. That should be on there.
Bobby Webster, to be explained.
What?
Yeah. And Jimmy Butler, to be explained.
Jimmy Butler.
Are we missing? Okay. Are we missing any key players in this series?
I mean, obviously Giannis deserves literally 0 blame for this.
No. Yeah. Giannis is not going.
Giannis deserves 0 blame. I feel like who else was on that Bucks roster that didn't play well? the thing is, like,
Brook Lopez was terrible.
Yeah, Brook Lopez got benched down the stretch. I guess we could put Brook Lopez on this list.
Yeah, let's throw Brook Lopez on there.
I feel like you're missing a couple, especially from the opposing side. John Haliburton.
No, but John didn't do anything to cause the Bucks' demise, though.
I don't know. I feel like he did some stuff. Let's put John Haliburton on this list, please.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna make some John Haliburton blame pie here.
Oh yeah, someone said Tayshaun. Is it Wait, who is
Torian
Prince?
I thought you guys were gonna put
Yo,
John
do not
Horst.
call him Tayshaun Prince, man. Oh yeah, John Horst, absolutely.
Oh yeah, John Horst.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we'll put Torian Prince on there. I mean, you could literally put the whole Bucks roster on there.
That's why John Horst is on this list.
All right, let's go. Kyle Kuzma, worst trade in trade deadline history of a team trying to upgrade. Benched in Game 5. 30% at the rim for the series. Put up a Tony Snell tribute game in Game 1. Still under contract for the next 2 years at $20 million plus. So, yeah, I think Kuzma got to be pretty high.
Kyle Kuzma averaged 5.8 points per game in this series on 34% shooting, shot 20% from 3, shot 50% from the free throw line in like the 5 times he got there. Didn't rebound the ball either. This is pretty nuts. This is like if we traded DeMar and we got like Stanley Johnson back. No offense to Stanley Johnson, who I really liked. You know.
Yeah, shows to Stanley.
Yeah, but like this is just outrageous. What he did and the lack thereof. I think there wasn't really that much expectation for Kyle either. It was just like come in and be like a solid player.
I don't know. I feel like expectations were higher than that because like you're getting rid of Chris Middleton, who on the down slope of his career, but the Bucks were desperate to like get someone to come in and maybe like play the 4, go to smaller lineups with Giannis at the 5, and he just was a disaster.
Oh, someone made a good point in the chat here. Yeah, we have to put not Dame's Achilles, but just Achilles. Just the Achilles tendon. Just please put the Achilles tendon on here.
Blame God.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, the whole Achilles
blame
tendon.
Charles Darwin.
Kyle Kuzma, giving a solid 20%. I think he was one of my players to watch for this series, mostly because I thought there might be a little bit of a chance of redemption. Like they would need him a lot in this series. Yeah. Especially like can he like. I mean, this sounds ridiculous to say now, but like, can he do anything defensively against Pascal? Can he do anything offensively against a team in the Pacers who don't really have that many stoppers? And he just did absolutely nothing to the point where he was absolutely benched for Game 5. And it was the right thing to do because he was not even close to one of Milwaukee's 5 best players. So 20% for Kyle Kuzma. I don't know, man. He's just really sad. Like I really don't like when players don't take the game seriously, and I feel like Kyle's one of those guys.
Yeah. Kevin Porter Jr. also acquired at the deadline. It was really sad as if this was Giannis's last game as a Milwaukee Buck, like he was running with Kyle Kuzma and Kevin Porter Jr.
Yeah.
And this was just it was a tough scene. This is just way too much Kevin Porter Jr. in this series for a team that was trying to win a playoff round. Plus, he's a bad person, bad karma.
Yeah. Bad person.
So, yeah, Kevin Porter Jr., assign your percentage.
Man, I mean, at times it actually felt like he was a positive contributor for the Bucks just on the court itself. Like, there were so many players on the Bucks that just could not create their own shot, and when Giannis sat, like it was a lot of Gary ISOing and Kevin Porter Jr. ISOing. The thing is, you should never have to rely on that, especially as a playoff team. Like I think even like you just should never have to rely on that. Actually, I think that's more than enough said. I think when you look back at like if this is Giannis's last season, the roster at the end kind of looks a little bit like when LeBron left the 2010 Cavs. Like I can't believe you're going to war with these guys. You know what I mean? Like I'm pulling up LeBron's teammates for the 2010. Hold on, let me present this. 1 second. Let me put this as a little. Yeah. Here we go. Okay, this is we're gonna temporarily step away from the pie here. We're gonna get to this. Hold on. Okay, this is LeBron's last ever game played for the 2010 Cavaliers. Obviously, we returned to Cleveland famously. But this is when they lost to Boston in, I believe, 6 games or 5 or 6 games. This is game 6. Yeah, they lost to Boston. Mo Williams as the starting point guard playing 46 minutes. LeBron, obviously. Anton Jameson playing 30 minutes. A fully washed Anton Jameson because he only got 5 points. Anthony Parker, shouts to Raptors legend Anthony Parker, but 7 points here in 28 minutes. Shaquille O'Neal, fully washed Shaq.
Shaq on the Cavs is so funny, man. They got bodied by Dwight the year before. They're like, we need Superman.
Superman is in the building, man. Making
They
Shaquille
didn't even
O'Neal.
get Clark Kent, man.
Oh man, Shaq was like 2 months away from going to TNT at this point.
Holy shit, man.
11 points for Shaq. Honestly, Shaq was not the problem here tonight. Anderson Varejao coming off the bench for 6 points. Zydrunas Ilgauskas, 2 points off the bench. Delonte West, which that's kind of like how Kevin Porter Jr. feels on the Bucks. Is that Delonte West role? Jamario Moon, another Raptors legend. Wow, 2 points. J.J. Hickson, the eternal trade chip, 10 seconds in this game. And the players who didn't make the game, Daniel Booby Gibson, and Leon Poe. So,
Yo, Leon Poe's on the Cavs? What, as a Celtic spy? How was Poe on the Cavs?
No, they hired Poe to get like Doc Rivers and Scotty Report or something.
Yo,
man.
that's crazy. Yeah, well, you could do the same thing for LeBron the first time he made the finals as well. Like when they played the Spurs, and you could also do this for his last season in Cleveland, his second go round.
You know what's
in 2017. Like he was running with George Hill, Jeff Green. Like wasn't Jordan Clarkson on that team?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of Jordan Clarkson for sure.
Yeah. That was tough. But yeah, I feel like Kevin Porter Jr. If Kuzma's 20, I feel like KP got to be 22, man.
Yeah, I think. Well, I don't know about 22. Like, what were the expectations for him? Like.
Again, expectations were high. This is the man with the ball in his hands with the season on the line and Giannis on the court with you.
I'm gonna readjust this later, but that's fine.
We should jump to John Horst though.
Okay, let's go to John Horst.
We assign the percentages correctly.
Yeah.
I think we got to look at this just from a more big picture perspective. I mean, if you're only looking at this specific series and that's what we're assigning the blame pie for, then sure. Like the roster has been completely mangled. Like, what did they do to my boy? Like, this has been crazy. Like, this is one of the worst rosters you'll ever see for a playoff team. But then do you give a little bit back because he did build a championship team, all of that stuff?
So I think, to be fair to John, everybody hailed it as a win.
Stop calling people John. It's so funny.
Why, man?
You don't know him.
Yeah, your friend John. Shouts to Johnny.
To be fair to John. John did make the original Drew Holiday trade, got them a championship. Giannis got them a championship. But,
We're not talking about the career. I'm just saying that, like, okay, so for when the Dame trade was made, everyone was hailing it as, like, oh, this is Milwaukee's chance to, like, win the East again. You have this perfect running mate. People were envisioning, like, Luka or Giannis and Dame running pick and rolls. Like, I don't know, that looked like a good team on paper. Obviously, it didn't work out because Dame has had a really unfortunate injury luck, and so that's a big portion here. But I think the fact that you make that commitment and then you try to pivot and try to add some surrounding pieces, there just wasn't any more flexibility, like, at all, to make anything else. And so that's kind of where you pivot to getting Kyle Kuzma. I think that he had 2 chances to hire the right coach for this group, and I don't feel like Adrian Griffin nor Doc Rivers were like the right options here.
Yeah.
And
terrible drafting as well.
Yeah, terrible drafting.
They just have not hit on anybody. Like in the same way that we might praise the Raptors for hitting on certain guys in the late first round, second round. Like they haven't been drafting at the top of the draft, but like they just have not hit on anybody.
You know what? That's a good point, because that's exactly what they needed to happen, was like one of these Raptors drafts, like the one that we just had, which was like you have the 19th pick, you have the 31st pick, you finesse some extra second round picks, you get an undrafted guy. Somehow you hit 4 for 4 on those.
Dog, Jamal Shead and Jonathan Mobo probably would have started for them in the playoffs.
No, but like it's crazy because I don't think that those guys as rookies would have made a big difference. But at the same time, like that's what they had needed. Yeah. And he's been consistently unable to add talent to the roster. It's just a bunch of minimum guys walking in and out, like Gary Trent or like Malik Beasley last year, or like Torian Prince. Like none of these guys are going to cut it. There's just like you're just throwing band-aids on the situation. So I'm giving him like a solid 15.
Okay.
Yeah. 15% for John Horst.
Yeah. Next up, another
Executive
guy,
of the Year, John Horst.
Another guy who's Horst. Doc Rivers, blowing a 7-point lead. Is blowing a 7-point lead with like 40 seconds left worse than blowing a 3-1 lead in a best of 7?
Okay, what what did you want Doc Rivers to do?
I don't know, man.
In that
Anything.
game. No, but like, what was he supposed to do? Like, he didn't. I don't think like. At least I'm thinking back on it now. Like there was the play where the ball like jumps through Gary's legs. Like, there's nothing you could really do about that.
Oh man, that one crushes me, man.
I feel like Doc also did the hard thing in terms of like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna have to just like do whatever I need to do. You know what I mean? I need to play a lot of more Bobby Portis in this series. Bobby Portis was pretty great in this series, honestly. I'm gonna play a lot more AJ Green in this series. I'm gonna bench Brook Lopez because he's way too slow to keep up with Indiana and how much like spacing and pace that they got out there. I'm gonna bench Kyle Kuzma even though he's the big addition. So I actually think Doc Rivers should escape blame for this one. But that's just me personally. I do feel like he kept saying though, like, I feel good about our situation. I feel like I know what to do against this team. But I don't know what else you want him to say. Like, if it's a lie, you got to find that lie.
I think the only criticism would be maybe he made those rotation adjustments a little too late. But again, then on the flip side, it's like you look at the cards that he was dealt. Like, it wasn't like he had a lot of options to be like bringing off the bench and stuff. So I guess Doc does escape some of this blame, and I hope he gets let go and becomes a regular again on the Bill Simmons podcast.
Oh, he's great on the pod. That's a great call. Yeah. Let's give him 3.1 for a 3-1 series lead that he never got a chance to blow in this one. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that is funny to me is like, we can say he was put in this situation, but didn't he also put himself in this situation by like being the consultant to Adrian Griffin and eventually just like usurping him and taking the job?
Man, these head coaches finessed their way in, huh?
It was a real finesse to get in there, so it's kind of hard to feel sorry for his situation. Yeah.
You think he was on the golf course with like who's the Bucks owner, man? I don't even know who the Bucks owner is these days.
Well, Lasdry sold it, I guess, right?
Oh yeah, sure. To who? Yeah. I don't even know who owns this team.
It's probably like some tech bros or something.
Yeah.
Although they do have an Asian minority owner who sits courtside, and he was
the definition of a minority owner.
Oh my god. Let's get him on for Asian Heritage Month, man.
Doc Rivers 3.1.
3.1.
Ham FC. Ham FC's on here just for fun. 0.01. Actually, 0.02 for two hands in the pockets, man.
2 hands in the pockets.
What do you think he was in like? Do you? I don't know. Is he still doing the hands in the pockets thing? Like,
I think so, but he's also an assistant coach, so he's not getting no shine. Yeah.
Okay, fair.
Ain't nobody zooming in on D Ham.
Shouts to Ham, man.
Gary Trent Jr. First player in the play-by-play era, my favorite era, to hit 4 3-pointers in a playoff overtime game.
Yep.
And I guess it's the first player to win and lose the game for you. In overtime. The famous Bill Buckner between the legs, lost the ball there. God. And then after Haliburton hit the game winner, you could see Gary just like, go to his knees at center court. Like, he literally fell to his knees.
I feel so bad for Gary, man.
Oh man, he caught fire in 2 of the last 3 games of this series.
He was going to be the reason why Milwaukee won 2 games in this series.
Yeah, Doug, I was so excited. I'm like, man, we get another game 6. Like, it's going to be fun back in Milwaukee, see the Bucks fight, and then somehow they lost the game. That's tough. Like, that's a play that people are. I mean, it's a first round series, but like people are going to remember that one. But yeah, I don't know. I don't want to put too much of a blame on Gary because he was one of the role players who actually did step up in this series for a couple games. And that's, the most you can expect from Gary, really.
Let's give Gary 2.1% because he's making $2.1 million this year. He's actually one of the biggest bargains that Milwaukee has. I hope somebody goes and pays Gary Trent Jr., though, please. Yeah. I know the NBA's middle class is, disappearing, but, like, let's be real. Somebody should pay Gary. He's a good player, man.
Yeah. Next up, the Yes Sirs. The Pacers have been wearing the Yes Sirs tees.
Yeah.
And, I'm just going by the numbers, man. The Bucks went 0-3 with 18,000 people cheering in Indiana wearing the Yes Sirs tees. So I believe they had an effect on Milwaukee. So imagine losing your season ending. And it's just 18,000 people in Indiana wearing damn yellow Yes Sirs tees.
Yes, sir. I need that shirt, man. We all need that
so
shirt.
Yes Sirs will give 0.5%.
Wow. Yeah. Fair.
Athletic Anonymous Player Survey. As we mentioned last week, Tyrese Haliburton was voted most overrated player. And I think that lit a fire under Tyrese. He also tweeted, "Overrate that." After I'm surprised John Haliburton didn't tweet that.
That's probably what he screamed at Giannis, man.
Yeah, so I think they lit a fire under Tyrese. So I'm gonna give this 7%.
I like this, actually. I like this. That's probably for the 7 players who voted on this poll, because it was the ultimate small sample size poll, but whatever.
Small sample size theater, yeah. Bobby Webster.
Yeah, explain why Bobby's on this list, by the way.
First of all, because he's not as handsome as Rob Pelinka.
Oh, okay, hold on. That's the last time you're going to disrespect Mr. Bob, man.
Oh, my God, man.
Okay, here we go. Hold on. We got a mog off here, all right? Who out-mogged who, okay?
Look at Pelinka's tan and his face card, dog.
Guys,
come on,
guys in the chat, let us know. Actually, everybody in the chat, let us know.
Yeah.
Bobby?
Hit W for Webster and R for Pelinka. Let's get the R's in the chat, boys.
No, come on, man. Bobby is way more handsome than Rob Pelinka. I don't know what to say here, man.
I don't know, man.
There is no way.
I don't know, man.
Someone said Pelinka's hair is atrocious, man.
This is not the best photo of Pelinka. He kind of looks like a raisin with a wig.
I feel like you're cheating. You're putting me at a disadvantage, man.
Oh, okay. All right. Hold on. We can find a different.
Oh, we got a couple R's in the chat.
No way, man.
Yo.
On Asian Heritage Month?
Yo, lots of W's, though.
No, I'm not counting this fight, by the way. I'm working already on a spreadsheet.
I'm just saying, I feel like Bobby's more handsome than Rob Pelinka, man. Come on, dog. Let's be real. Can we get a young Pelinka, to be fair?
I'm not going to fight you on this.
No, you can't pick eras of like a young... it's all current versus current. Yeah.
I feel like this is like, MJ versus LeBron, man. Everybody got their side. Yeah. Like,
wow.
Neither are wrong. MJ or LeBron, Alex.
Nobody's wrong here. Like, you're not gonna go wrong picking either side. Is all I'm saying.
I think that's fair.
Back to the pie.
If we want a younger Rob Pelinka, I feel like we actually have some pictures.
Will, can we please move on? I have an out in 9 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's right. All right, let's go. Bobby Webster. Why is he on this list, man?
9. All right, Bobby Webster. Was responsible for executing the Pascal Siakam trade to Indiana, and Pascal was incredible.
Let's be real. We should put Masai on this list.
Okay, let's replace Bobby Webster with Masai Ujiri. Masai FC gets 7% of the blame for shipping Pascal to Indiana.
Yeah,
unceremoniously disrespecting your player on the way out.
Has Giannis ever beat Masai, or has Giannis ever beaten Pascal in the playoffs?
Yeah, but yeah, I know. He bring a knife to a gunfight, though.
I believe Pascal.
That knife is Kyle Kuzma.
I believe Pascal's 3-0 against Giannis in the playoffs.
Yeah, but that's a disingenuous stat, though.
I don't care. We're doing blade pies.
I don't know. Jimmy Butler, because Jimmy a couple of years ago really ended the championship Bucks, beating them in that first round.
Yeah,
Giannis was hurt.
The same since, man. He took their soul.
He destroyed Drew Holiday in that series, and that really led to the sequence of events that got the Bucks here. So Jimmy gets 3%.
Really, just 3, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess the Bucks got revenge on Jimmy by refusing to let Dame go to Miami.
Sure. And then the Celtics got revenge on everybody by getting Drew.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man. Throw some more on John Horst, man. Holy.
Oh, man.
Brook Lopez, he's just old. I think he just wasn't really playable towards the end. I think there's Brook Lopez would be kind of interesting to go back to the Lakers, actually.
Brook Lopez so old, he used to be a New Jersey Net, man.
Oh, yeah. No, this guy was in the Izod Center, man.
Yeah,
him and
who,
Marshawn Brooks.
Not Marshawn Brooks. Sounds like a place you shop at, man.
Yo, man. Him and Yi Jian Liang were teammates.
All right, so let's give Brooke 2%.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I feel like he got thoroughly
we can
outplayed in
adjust.
this series.
We can adjust later.
Let's give Brook like a solid 10 because I feel like I'm taking some out of Kevin Porter's account, man. Drop Kevin Porter to 10%, please, man. This is the backup point guard. No one cares about Kevin Porter that much.
Nah, man. KP should get all the blame. John Haliburton. He's just here as honorary. So,
really?
Yeah. He didn't do anything to be part of the blame. Yeah.
You know, in an alternate timeline, we would have had like weeks upon weeks of discussions of what was Giannis justified in smacking Tyrese Haliburton's dad.
What's the craziest? Because remember the Pacers were the team that were saying that after a Grizzlies game, like there was like a red dot pointed at their bus allegedly.
Yeah.
Like so, the craziest dad matchup would be Ja's dad.
Oh yeah.
Versus John Haliburton.
Right.
Yeah, it's
T
like John
versus John.
John T versus John. John's throwing a grenade on the sidelines.
Yeah, I'm just saying, there's no need for dads to be so prominent in the NBA anymore, man. I'm sorry.
He took Haliburton's moment, man.
Yeah. His son just hit a game-winning like crossover.
And then his first instinct is to go mug Giannis.
Yeah, screw. You know what, John getting a solid. John getting I mean, let's give him 8%, man. Fuck it. All
right, John's like, I'm gonna go Aura farm now.
Yo, how old is he? He's probably like 45 at least.
Yo, what if Giannis punched him, man?
That's what I'm saying. That would have been crazy.
Yeah.
Honestly, Giannis deserves a lot of grace, man.
Yeah. Torian Prince, really didn't think about him in this series. Maybe
he got benched. Yeah. He's part of Ham FC, I think, actually, because I think Ham brought him over.
Okay, so let's give him 0.02 as well.
Prince on pace to be the next Darvin Ham.
Thanasis Antetokounmpo was courtside in Game 4? No, Game 3.
Game 3, yeah.
Yeah, it was the one where, Benedict Mathurin and him were jawing back and forth, and I feel like he poked the bear. He poked the bear, and it was unnecessary from Thanasis. So I'm gonna give Thanasis 6%.
6% for TH or TA.
Yeah.
Achilles tendon, I feel like he deserves more than this because really that was a huge turning point in this series was the fact that, Dame was unable to play. I mean, the blood clot before this too, I think that he looked really rusty, I guess, even in the game that he did play. So I'm going to take even more out of Kevin Porter's account. Let's drop Kevin Porter to 8%, and then we'll leave the rest for Achilles tendon.
We should drop Brook Lopez a little bit.
Okay, let's drop Brook Lopez to like 7.
Yeah.
And again, Achilles tendon. You know what? I'm happy with this, actually. Achilles tendon getting the third most blame, I think it's more than fair. Look, the reason I didn't give it more is because I think the Bucks would have lost regardless. Even with a healthy Giannis or the healthy Dame, I think they still would have lost the series.
Yeah, so the 3 stars are Kyle Kuzma at 20%.
I do like Masai Ujiri is taking only 1% less blame than Kevin Porter Jr. at this point.
Man. Lucky I didn't put Darko on you.
What? Wait, don't. No, he's good. Yeah, he's for helping.
We're not doing the Chris Boucher.
We're not doing this.
Now. Come on, man.
We're not doing
for
this right
helping
now.
facilitate the exit of Pascal.
Oh, come on. He was just doing what he was told.
Anyways,
all right.
This is
so reviewing this,
Bucks blame pie.
Kyle Kuzma, 20% of the blame, the majority of the blame. The biggest share of the blame. John Horst, the GM, 15% for building a terrible roster. 13% for the Achilles tendon snapping. Really, really get well soon for Dame. It's one of the all-time greats who's going down with injury. Tied at 8%, Kevin Porter Jr. and John Haliburton. Just two evil individuals. And then some assorted the rest of the way. But shouts to Darvin Ham FC, 0.2% for two hands in the pockets. That's the Bucks blame pie. We got the Lakers blame pie. We'll look forward to making a couple more. We're not going to do this for every team. Like we mentioned, like the Heat, for example, got eliminated. Like we don't need to make that. You know what I mean? This is only for the relevant teams. But it's been a fun exercise, man. I appreciate you guys. Jerome, I know you got to go. We have 2 minutes left. Do we have do you have a Betway prediction, Alex Wall?
Oh, yeah. Betway tonight. Lots of playoff action tonight. I've got the Knicks minus plus 1.5 in Detroit to wrap up the series at 1.90. It's been a close series throughout. I really like the way the Pistons are playing, but I think the Knicks are going to wrap it up tonight.
I want this to go Game 7. So I think selfishly, because I picked the Knicks in 7, I want this to go to Game 7. I think the Pistons, I would like for the Knicks to get screwed on a last-second call.
Oh, okay.
And then for it to be even. Because I feel like the Pistons are owed one win in this series. So it's in Detroit. They've been fighting hard all season. This is the 2013-14 Raptors all over again. And the Raptors force 7, and I want the Pistons to force 7 too. So I'm actually going to back, Detroit instead. But I'll be interested in this game for sure. It'll be very spicy.
Yeah, make sure you check out all your basketball betting odds by hitting the QR code below. By the way, Deuce McBride's been so bad. Knicks fans are like, he's just Miles now.
Yeah, well, getting renamed is
Losing
tough.
your nickname is crazy.
I mean, he getting outplayed by like campaign. So we'll see. We'll see if the Knicks do end up flaming out in the first round. We'll be doing a Knicks a blame pie as well. Because if we also have this chat here, can't wait for the Clippers blame pie soon. Ooh, that's gonna be a good one. That is gonna be a good blame pie for the LA Clippers when they get eliminated.
I'm about to lose both my LA teams this week. That's crazy.
Oh man, LA man, just not relevant in basketball anymore. So that's it for the pod. Thanks everyone for listening. Appreciate you guys. Let us know who's to blame for all these situations, and of course check in tomorrow. Actually, we got an interview dropping with Chris Boucher on the feed. So until then, for myself, Will, Alex, Jerome, this has been the Hello and Welcome podcast presented by Betway, and have a nice weekend.
I'm waiting for a video to load so I can play it to close the show.
Oh okay, let me let's tap dance a little bit more, man.
Yeah, tap dance for like 2 seconds.
Alex Wong's to blame.
Meow.
Raptors cooking these fools next season. Norm is blameless. I don't know. Oh, no spin. I guess we could spin one.
All right, we are ready to go. Thank you for tuning in. I don't even know. I just made this like 2 seconds ago, so I don't know how this is going to go, but have a great day, everyone.
Put something on it. I sell ice in the winter. I sell fire in hell. I am a hustler, baby. I'll sell water to a well. I was born to get cake. Move on and switch states. Capped a coupe with a roof, go on and switch plates. Never dictate, never follow orders.